The garden update is coming soon to Hypixel Skyblock, and if you're like me, you're feeling excited and anxious to try out the new update. This is the Catapult for Catapult Gaming. In this video, we will go over what you should do to be prepared for this momentous occasion. So how soon are we talking about? Looking at the list of known bugs, we can see the Hypixel team has been very busy fixing most of these. We don't know if they will release another alpha test to ensure they caught all the bugs, or if they'll feel confident enough to release it to the live server first, but from past experience, they seem to be pretty quick at releasing updates once they feel they're ready, so wouldn't be surprised if we see this update in a couple of days, maybe even by the weekend or early next week at the latest. All depends on how quickly they can finish fixing all the bugs and ensure that the update works correctly. So how can you be best prepared? We'll be talking about a couple different things between levels, crops, money, gear, farms, pets, and all that. One of the new features that they're going to be introducing is a set of armors specifically for farming. One of them will be based on melons, so that's why I'm over here in my melon farm. And for this, for the highest level armor, you're going to need level 40 farming level. So it'd be a good time to make sure you're at least level 40. Currently I'm at 43, so I'm covered on that base. The other thing that you're gonna need for this update is a lot of crops. So I've upgraded my large agronomy bag. Not something you have to do, you can get multiple bags instead if you prefer. But you'll see that I have the 60k of most of these. So only the cocoa beans I still have to work on and the cactus, but the rest of them I basically maxed out everything, including seeds and all. And the reason is that even though the game will be building the new farms for you in the garden, you still have to furnish the seeds or the materials to plant them with. So very important to get a bunch of these. And the other factor too is we're going to need the composter in order to unlock different things. And the composter uses a lot of your crops to generate compost with, and that's what you're going to use to open up the new fields on your farm. So again, if you want to get a head start, you can start farming some of these crop blocks. So I'll be aiming to have a couple of stacks of these ready to right away and not have to purchase them or farm for them at that point. Money is also an important factor to talk about in this update. Composting is not free, so I'd recommend you save up at least a couple of millions. I have 11 on me right now, and if we go over at the bank, I have my at least 10 to 20 mil saved up for the update. Chances are you're going to find good things to do with it. In terms of gear, there's a couple of things you can get. So the Ranger's boots are really useful if you're trying to get the Jacob's Gold medals, and it's something that will remain past the update, and it's something that being able to set yourself at a specific speed really helps out a lot. Other than that, the armor, I'm using Young Dragon just because of the speed bonus, so I feel between this and the Ranger's boots I can get the max speed, but I'll be replacing these once I can get the melon armors. Other than that, you have your pets, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Elephants are definitely great to have. They give a bonus to your farming fortune, 180 once you have it maxed out at level 100. So this is a really great pet to have if you do any amount of farming. And it's going to help you get the medals and what you can do with them. I have the cactus knife, the carrot, cocoa chopper, fungi cutter. I have my melon dicer over here, Pitcairn potato hoe, the pumpkin dicer, sugarcane hoe, wheat hoe, and finally my netherworts hoe over here. Those are great to have and unlock. You know, put your enchants on them, get them ready. because once the garden opens, I suspect that a lot of people are going to be interested in farming, so there's going to be a lot more competition. So for the garden update, we'll provide you the opportunity to get farms built for you without having to build them manually. I still recommend, if you have the time and the resources for it, do build yourself some farms. You'll see I have farms of every type here. And the other thing I do at the entrance is I put the speed, my target. So I have different farms, sugarcane, since I did a lot for love slayers, over here the mushrooms, and yep, all the way down to my netherwort garden over here. So again, while you can use the ones that will be created for the maximum you can do here, and we'll have to see if you can dig down, but you know, most likely you're not able to do this many layers of farms in the garden. It's definitely something I'll be trying in either the next beta, the next alpha if there's one, or in the final release. But if you can't dig down, then I'd say definitely you should look into building some farms over here, because with the Jacob's tickets, you're gonna need a lot of large farms so that you don't run out. So some of these, like maybe the wheat, I might use. These are all extended layers, so I might not use the entirety of the layer for some of these, but there are some others that definitely, based on the speed or the scarcity, that like the mushrooms, you can easily harvest a full layer of these running at maximum speed. So still a good investment, even with the garden update coming up. A lot will say, well, you don't have to because you get your farms automatically built, but still a great advantage for the Jacob's contest if you have your farms ready. And last but not least, definitely not in size, if you have a lot of extra time to do, I have an automated cactus farm here. It's not fully replenished till the end, so some layers I only have 4 deep, and currently working on expanding it more all the way till here. But basically this harvests the cactus automatically and brings them down here so that they can get cooked in the furnaces automatically. So currently that's generating a bunch of cactus green, and if I leave this AFK usually for 8-10 hours a day during the day, I might make 1.5 mil once the whole thing is full. Right now a little bit over a mil a day, and eventually more. So with the corrupted soils that are generating some money over here, and a couple of other minions over here, either for collections or the snow minions for money, and a couple of others like that, like the mycelium is a good money maker too. Hope you have fun preparing for the garden update. Just remember not to overdo it. Don't farm to the point where you feel that you can't farm anymore. Keep some. But thank you very much for watching the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, share with a friend. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.